Just a moment. I think we are live. Uh, yes, can we have an audio check?
Too bad.
Too bad.
That's too good that we have all systems up and running. Hello and welcome everyone to the Indian Racing League. I have prepared a small monologue, so do bear with me. Let me share the link actually before we start. Wait.
Yeah, anyway, Shrikant Das is the only car on track. We don't need to watch that. So.
Let me go over to Shrikant. Where is he? There he is, the Red Bull driver. Alright, link has been shared. Welcome everyone to the Indian Racing League. Chipsima here. Joining me in the comms box are VFX and Shooter. So, hello VFX, hello Shooter. How do you all feel about this
Hi
track?
everyone.
Well,
Yeah.
lovely bit of weather, isn't it? The typical.
Yes, it is quite a way
Classic track, classic weather.
Something that we won't have tomorrow, guys, because it is impossible for D1 to have a wet race. I genuinely think we're about approaching a season almost since a wet race, let alone a session.
I think the last race I remember being a wet race was for D1 was France.
Belgium.
France.
Yeah, that's it.
France
that
season
was
10.
almost,
That was the only
beginning
wet
of
race we've
last
had.
season.
But yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that we are. I think all systems are up and running. We have one driver on the wet tires, that is Archit, who's out on track. So
Is he on wets?
yeah, he's out on track, and it does show up as wets. And yes, he is on wet tires. So that is going to be quite an interesting gamble. Yeah, that's an interesting gamble. But okay, guys, do you think it's raining? Is it
This
raining
is going to
conditions?
become a race of attrition, isn't it? 19 people.
19 people and 6.7, 6.9 kilometers long track.
Yeah, 22 laps.
Yes.
So maybe like five actual laps with all the.
So I think Shrikant's about to start his flying
I don't know
lap.
why Shrikant took that wide line that it doesn't matter in the wet. Like you're gonna be hitting multiple laps.
It is
anyway, so I don't know, that's
fair enough.
or whatever.
So I think we should go on with his lap.
Oh my god! That first turn almost got my eyes out and almost locked up. But yeah, here we go. In Max Verstappen's car, I'm presuming.
Yes, he is.
Can he be Verstappen-esque at this track? Because we all know Max Verstappen is an absolute god at this track as he almost crashes. More Hubert there than Verstappen. Going up through the Camel Straight. Can he get the camel toe, as I like to call it? But he is in front, so no camel toe for him. Gets the curves in, not really neat, almost spins out again. He's definitely really struggling. Even Sergio Perez would have done better than this. Is he using battery? Yes, he is. Even though he has 6 laps of fuel, so that again makes no sense. Yeah, he's just struggling so much, isn't he? Through the corner with no name. Coming into Puan, 7th gear, downshifts to 5th, takes that curve even though you don't really have to, especially in the wet, because this is a higher chance of spinning out. Now into this slow section, locks up a bit, nice entry, but he messes up the exit, messes up the entry into the next turn as well. 50-meter board breaking in, didn't take all of that curve, left side of the curve not too much as well. He messes up that up as well. Almost crashes out of the exit as far as throttle inputs. 8th gear now. This should be fully flat out. It's intermediates. Only in the wet do you have to consider lifting off. And he does not lift. Now into the bus stop. What's he going to do? As he breaks in, locks up all 4 wheels, which is a tactic, I assume, to kill your tires off faster. Has to turn in 4 times for bus stop chicane. And that is a lap of a 154.3, which I expect will be done. If not, then I'll be very disappointed.
We have a McLaren coming up to the line. Is that Jin? And that's Smith starting his lap, but Jin about to finish his lap. So I don't think Jin is gonna
No,
be.
Archit's died.
Oh, Archit's winged it on the wet tires, so obviously there's not enough grip for him out on track. Jin goes P2 with on 56.7. I think that was just a
Meanwhile,
warm-up
Rahul
lap.
absolutely going flat out in
Full
sector
beans.
1.
Yeah, but he does have an Alpine
Rahul
ahead of him, the
through the
greatest
last.
car ever invented. And the Alpine starting his lap.
How
Rahul
much were
finishes
you
his
paid
lap.
to say that, Smith? I mean, Chips.
I was paid with the prison break money that we had yesterday from PSI.
Which shooter still has to be
Yeah.
reimbursed for.
Yes.
Yeah. 10 viewers, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Always good to have everybody here in the chat. I think we have Satvik is what Ashwin has been invalidated. He's not winded, sorry. Ashwin about to start his lap. So why don't we go for a full onboard lap with Ashwin? Shooter, why don't you take us through the lap?
1 second. Where is it? Yeah.
P9.
So, yeah, coming to turn 1, he didn't lock up, and yeah, in second gear over it went little wide, but yeah, still he can recover as it is a wet situation. Inter situation, yeah, so yeah, better run off from turn 1, I guess. Coming to Iruj, and yeah, he is going very wide. Oh, he loses it. I think he should back off for now.
Yeah, I think we can go on board with somebody else. Maybe there's an Alpine. Optical illusion.
Through Oruj.
Okay, never mind. Domitor.
Domitor coming to the
That's the
orange.
cleanest Oruj I've seen so far. Is it gonna be a Red Bull shootout in the rain?
You know what? It could. Domitor, as we
This is
know.
4 wheels, not 2 wheels. So unlike Domitor's speciality, as we've seen recently, shooter and Chips should attest to that.
Yes.
Domitor, wicked on 2 wheels, but what about 4 wheels and in the rain? We have
Look at
8
the
drivers.
Maccas boys, though, so close. And by the way, congrats Smith Shah
Yes.
for his appearance on the Wedding 11 first team or whatever that Instagram post was meant to signify.
And this is his first race as a newlywed, and he is with his new teammate as well, Jin. These two, I think, will make a really
Yeah, something tells me Jin is already
dream
happier
team.
about his teammate from
Yeah,
this.
this is. I mean, who was his teammate last season? Could you enlighten us more about that driver? Who was it?
Well, I was having a lot of fun watching this man. Now, Domitor is nearly a second up by the morning.
And he went fastest in sector 2, Domitor.
Yeah.
So,
he
Shooter,
went
you
fast
have
in
been
sector one
Domitor's
as well.
teammate last season.
Yes, I was his
He
teammate.
has really been upping the pace. He may not have been the fastest in season 10 because of you being there, but I think he's just been picking up the pace consistently.
that was something else, Chip. That was his personal thing because he was not able to put in the laps. But today I've seen him putting in the laps, and really, I'm really betting on him.
Through the last one, slightly wide.
I think that's a good bet,
yeah.
Shooter, because this lap is going to get him to
Yeah, he
P4,
kind of messed up on that last
which is it's not really close to the top 2, but I think if Domitor
kind of
gets
messed
in a
up in
nice
the
lap,
last corner,
exactly,
went very
he gets in a
deep
nice
in
lap, he
there.
can go about it. So Sid Venkatesh, runner-up in season 9, division 2. Currently in P13. Optical illusion, I think, is
The thing is,
optical
we're
illusion.
gonna see these
Ashwin and
times
Co have
tumble
just
down
set
a
a
lot because
banker lap. But yeah, times are gonna tumble down.
people are gonna just keep on being.
Do you all
on
think it's
track,
gonna be a
and I
wet
think
race?
that's,
Do you all think it's gonna be a wet race or a wet start to the race?
I
Is
don't
any part
really
of the race
know.
gonna be wet?
I want it to be wet.
Yeah. Okay,
Most people do. Most people do, Shooter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sid Venkatesh P5. That's a good effort. Just behind Domitor. So we have
Said we
Ace.
welcome
about-
back to D2, by the way.
Yes.
Smith
By the way,
was
is it
P6.
Optical Illusion's debut season?
It is. It's Optical Illusion's debut race as well. So welcome Optical Illusion.
Jin
He
was
is
P4.
P9
So
right
he
now.
said he had
Jin.
no pace. Remember, he
Yeah, that's
kept on
the-
harping about how he had no pace and that he expects to struggle so much as he almost
As Raman
dies.
P1 of
Goes
54.2.
slightly faster.
That's a good lap. Slightly faster.
Okay,
but-
I don't understand Shrikant's strat here, guys. Why did he pit if he had 6 laps of fuel in his
I
first
think-
run?
I think that
That's a
first lap was
cap
just a
fix.
banker. But yeah.
That's a cap, I'll
Ace
say.
almost loses it to the line and goes only P12. That's a pretty poor effort by Ace.
I will
we
quote
have
Shrikant here. I'll quote Shrikant here that he's very good in rain conditions.
Yeah.
So
He said that he was comparable to me on certain tracks in the rain.
I'm going through Blanchimont. Let's have a look. I think Shrikant.
I think Shrikant has the pace to be on pole easily, but whether he has the temperament,
Yeah, it'll all come down to whether he can hook up the lap together because
Theory
he has
alone
pace.
cannot prove everything.
But yeah.
Why is he taking this weird line?
And
I
he
don't
gets up.
He messed up.
understand. I
He
don't
messed up.
understand. He loses 2 tenths right there. It's so frustrating to watch.
Yeah.
I think
Hello,
he's going for
PSI.
2 laps back to back. He's not using any battery, I guess.
Yeah, people in the chat, and Srikanth has already messed up turn 1, La Source, and there's a Haas coming out of the pits who will not get in his way,
But Shooter,
going
wouldn't
up.
you agree that in the wet
Uruj and
conditions,
Radion.
it's just good to have. There's no real track evolution per se. It's just good to have a
And
lap.
Oh
Srikanth.
my
Srikanth.
god.
This is not what he
What
needs
is
to
it?
do. He just needs to calm down and get a proper lap in. He's just putting too much pressure on this lap, which is really detrimental to his efforts. Deadly Mosquito almost crashes there into the wall. Viper
As
speed is.
whoever runs the poll, vote Bilkul or Bhak on that.
Viper speed. What's he trying to do, Viper speed?
Do you think Jin can get into the top 3? It's only half a second. He's
I-
been on
I-
this
I-
tire forever
For
now.
me, yeah, Vifix, for me, I think it should be between Jin, Srikanth, and third one. It's a wild bet.
I think
I'll
it's
say Domitor.
Brahmins. I
I'll
mean,
say
Brahman's
Domitor.
on pole right now. We can't ignore that fact. I'm Rahul P3, just behind Shrikant, they're best friends. So.
And Jin having a little moment and invalidating his lap. So that's the end of this lap for him.
He's pushing
Domitor
easier
is.
right now.
Yeah, he is pushing.
Actually,
I think he should conserve some battery, maybe, or maybe he wants to come into the pits again.
He's going to come into the pits.
Hello, Suraj. Do you remember the last season race at Spa? Yes, that was Shooter. Do let us know what happened there.
Yeah,
I think that was
It was between me and Ramen, by the way.
Viper
Yeah.
Speed sets a legal lap, so. he will
Viper
not
Speed
be
does set a
last.
legal lap. That's not what we've usually seen of him. So kudos to him for actually getting a lap
Yeah,
in.
of course, in real life, that time would get flagged off for the one.
Yeah, for the
7%.
107% rule, and
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, let's just. I hope for Viper's sake that he improves over the course of the season. I really do.
What is happening to Malav, by the way? Because.
I don't think he's doing representative laps, right? He has 15 laps of fuel. No, he has 15 laps of fuel.
15, yes. yes.
So Malav just.
He's 4 seconds off of the pole time, guys, and he's just invalidated there.
And so you're saying that Ashwin is sandbagging? Yes, he is not using any battery. He is on his outlap though.
Well, Malav's
So,
wish has come
yeah.
true. He did wish at one point to be faster than Ashwin. I don't think he meant. He just worked out in the most negative aspects of Ashwin. So I'm very sorry to Ashwin for that. That's the only reason to blame for Ashwin's pace loss. Malav.
And Viper has broken his end plate somehow. I don't understand how he's done that. But yeah, we have.
The way
I don't
people
think
are
it's gonna
pitting,
be-
right?
I don't think it's gonna be a wet race, guys, because
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it
was
is.
about to say
we'll
that.
be using these many sets of winters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because you wouldn't be using up all the sets, and Suraj saying that he is slow. Who are you talking about, Suraj? Because we mentioned quite a few drivers
Let's
there,
just
so
assume that he meant himself, but we
Yeah,
all know what he means.
we did mention quite a few drivers, but I'm sure he doesn't mention himself. Deadly Mosquito going P12, so we have just one driver left to set a lap time, that is Abhi274.
I don't think he's gonna set a lap.
Yeah, Srikanth has invalidated again, I believe, but he is still using his battery, and Suraj saying that he was talking about Ashwin.
Just like his feelings, they are all invalidated, his lap times, I mean. And his feelings.
And Rahul is on a lap. Let's follow Rahul's lap
Just
as he's
behind
coming up to the
Srikanth.
end of Sector 2, approaching Campus Corner, and the end of Sector 2. Rahul, I think, messed up this turn in a little
I
bit,
think
but
this
he
is a
is.
very slow-
No,
this
this
is
is
a
not
slow
a.
lap.
This is not a lap, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Srikanth is
All right.
recharging, guys. He's going to set a lap right now.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
guys,
Malav is
let's all
also
go
going
on
to set a
board
lap.
Srikanth. He's not recharging because I see him using up his ERS
Yeah, now he's
on
using.
that straight. I don't know what he's doing. Watch him take this weird line
The
again. Watch him take
only
this
thing
weird
I'll
line.
say is that. No, he's
But he
boxing.
pits.
You do you have enough time to come back out on track? Because
Yeah,
I
you
was just
do,
coming
but
out on track.
I would always prefer to have 2 laps on inters because you don't.
Yeah, you
get
need the warm up as well. Yeah, exactly. So we have Optical Illusion on a lap. So
Smith
on
on a
his
lap.
debut, Optical Illusion looks to be in a comfortable position. In P10, it's not the best place to be, but on your debut, in a very competitive field, I think it's a reasonable place to be in.
Yeah, Jin in 5th. Now, for Jin, qualifying 5th is basically the equivalent of qualifying first 500 meters ahead of the rest of the field. Because
And we have the Season 9 champion on a lap down the camel straight. So I think we should stay on board with Smith for the remainder of this lap. While do let me know if you all notice anything else. So I'll try to take us through this lap. So Smith up by 2 tenths into the Lecombe chicane. The
Smith
tricky
take your
section,
back.
especially in the rain. Now into Malmedy, navigates it nicely, a little slow, a little tentative. Now approaching Brussels, I believe this is the right hand corner. Uh, I think it's a little slow through there. I think Smith is still not up to grips. I think he missed quite a bit of racing last season, so he's not been in touch with the games. That explains his.
Took too much of the curve.
Yeah, he's not exactly confident. Let's have a look at through Puhan. He brakes and he has a slow throttle input there, so he's. I think Smith is just trying to get up to grips.
Sixth through there.
Yeah, I think Smith will be back in the race. His.
Yeah, the confidence.
That's where. Yeah, Smith will just like. I think this is just a.
Yeah, look at that.
Confidence building session for Smith coming up towards campus. And ending sector 2, Smith Shah is going to be down by half a second. That's actually lost him a lot of time in the middle sector. However, he could make it all up in the last sector.
All right,
Will he?
now look at the traffic jam at the end of Camden Street. By the way, this is going to be interesting. Someone's
this
not
is
making the line here at this point.
Oh, Jin almost wins it. Jin almost went too eager on the throttle there, and so many drivers on their outlaps. Yeah, this is going to be very, very close. We have Optical Illusion starting their laps. So
all
currently
the
in the
top 6
P10,
are basically on the same piece of tarmac, and judging
it is
from
led
where
by Sid Venkatesh, by the way.
Yes, Sid Venkatesh leading the train, as you can see there.
And from where Raman is, if he doesn't get a move on, he's not going to get to do a last lap.
I think Raman will just get to the line in time. Nobody behind him. There's an Aston behind him.
Do you think Raman has compromised? If there is a dry race, his compromise is race setup for the pole.
I mean,
He may have. Actually, he may have. That's a good point, Shooter. I think that he's, unfortunately, that may have happened to him, but he was pretty rapid last season as well, so we can't really discount anything. As unfortunate for vintage players, Aston Martin, who I was talking about, he is going to get a bit of traffic ahead of him.
Backing off now. There will have to be some backing. Look at how close
Rahul exactly.
They cannot do a lap that close to each other.
Yeah, and this is going to be really, really problematic for those just about to start their lap. 30 seconds left on the clock there. Vintage player, he will not encounter any traffic. And yeah, most people will make it. I think everybody will make it. Fix. Even Domso will make it.
I don't think Lakhwani is going to make it.
Yes. Will he not? No. Ashwin is on a lap. Ashwin is on a lap.
Yes.
Yeah, the 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Raman is gonna get to the line with just 3 seconds to spare. That is cutting it too fine, Raman. But the checkered flag is out.
Ashwin is up by 1 second.
Ashwin is up but that's not gonna matter much because he's only gonna beat Malav in that case. So Sid Venkatesh is at the top of our Rouge.
Sector 1, he's down.
He's down marginally.
Jin is also down.
They're down marginally.
Is down. Domithor, I think, up next. Or
but what about Raman? What about Raman? We're not really counting on Raman here to do anything incredible, which is actually pretty wrong.
Domithor is down by 610. Raman is up by 700.
Raman's down by 1.5.
Down by 10.
Oh, no, right now it updated for me, yes.
Yeah, that's typical Codies for you.
Rahul now through sector 2.
Smith improves on his time but not his position. Stays P8 for now. Optical Illusion could not do better than P10. Ow! Somebody had a bit of a moment. Then Nishan, I think that was. You can beat me. Malav coming to the line. Malav is down by 1.5 seconds. He's not using any battery, and that ends what has been a pretty straightforward quali session for him. Now in P15,
so
his teammate.
Through the sector 2 timing delta, he's up by 10.
That won't do enough. That won't be enough.
Up by 2 tenths.
That will be enough actually.
Shikant is 110. Shikant is up by 110. Domithor has
made a mistake. Domithor's binned it. And Sid Venkatesh also, we're not counting Sid Venkatesh here though. Sid V could jump ahead of Jin or maybe even Domithor depending on how their bus stop chicane goes.
Down, so Raman's not a representative.
And we have Rahul coming up to the line. Rahul through the bus stop chicane. Jin follows him to the bus stop, but who could it be? And what about Rahul? Rahul does not improve. Jin, what about Jin? Coming up to the line. He improves on his time but not his position. And Shrikant, only P2.
Missed it by 900.
Sidvi does not improve. And what about Raman? Raman does not need to improve and he has not done so. Yeah, that's a... So Raman's initial lap stood.
Second,
Yep. That was a good lap. That was a good lap by Raman.
Raman's initial lap stood. That's really good. That's a great effort by him there. So I don't think it should really affect him in the race as much. But that's a good effort by Shrikant. He did miss it by 8 thousandths. Although he could make up that time. Sorry, he could make up for that last time in the race.
So
he will be unhappy.
Broke the 55 barrier.
That's quite a good effort by all the
And
drivers here.
only one driver didn't put in a 57 who did a representative lap.
And Ashwin did jump up, I think, all the way to P13, was it, or P14?
I think 13.
Maybe it was P12 actually. It was 2 or something places ahead of You Can Beat Me. But there you go. That's the end of qualifying. 19 drivers took part, and in the end, it's Raman 94 once again in the Mercedes Petronas for the second season in a row, who takes pole with 154, 241. Following him is Shrikant, just 8 thousandths behind. Next up is Rahul, who's almost half a second behind in P3. Then comes Domithor, Jin, who the top 5 within a second of one another. Sidvi outside, more than 1 second behind the pole sitter, but he's in P6. Satvik P7, Smith is P8. Vintage P9 Optical Illusion on his debut is P10. Nishan, Ashwin, Deadly Mosquito, Ace, Malav, Viper, Abhi, Harshi and Archit form the rest of the
Archie
grid.
and Archit crashed. Abhi just did not.
Yeah,
bother.
Abhi just
so
didn't.
if Abhi has the drive setup on, I expect him to
That
do bits.
is
We already
gonna-
expect Abhi to do bits in the race anyway.
Yeah, Abhi is actually the smartest driver
he is
around.
the Azun region
Yeah.
of this league. The region, of course, being older than the guys. It's FIFA logic, guys.
Do we have sunny skies?
But no,
Do we have sunny skies? We have overcast skies.
We have a dry
We have
race, but
dry.
not sunny skies.
Alright.
Not sunny.
So we'll get to the tire situation. Actually, let me know the tire situation. What do you all think about the tires? What do you want to start on at this
See,
point?
the safest bet will be medium hards if there's no rain.
Alright.
Yeah, if
But if
there's
there
a
are
rain,
safety cars, you could get a
yes.
medium to soft done as well.
Yes,
Or
you
pit
can
early
get it
on
done.
to the
And people, I have seen people starting on soft and banking on an early safety
Redstone
car.
says Malav on the podium, which is what I also said before this stream began.
By the
But
way,
I
guys,
think we are going to see some drivers start on
I think
hards.
rain is coming. I think rain is coming because
I
I'm
think it's
seeing
going to
the
be
race
an
there.
intermittent spell. Oh, I think I just saw a bit of rain. Was there a little...
You know what
Yeah,
it is?
flash
You
of
remember
rain?
Austria D1 last season where it kept
Yeah,
raining
it
on
just-
track, but it was never wet
Exactly.
enough. For...
Yeah.
People are starting on soft. People are
So
starting on
don't
soft.
be on the pause menu, shooter. That'll like soft lock your game. And I think we're gonna have the highlights come on any moment now. So who would want to do the race start?
I guess I'll do it. I think
Yeah.
Shrikant DNF.
I see some pitter patter drops of rain in the pit
Redstone,
lane.
I don't
there-
really think we should be thinking such negative thoughts. I think we should be hoping for a Shrikant DNF, not just thinking it.
All right. So we are still waiting on the drivers to ready up for the start of season 11. Take it away, Vifix.
All right, 3, 4, 5. Red lights, lights out, and away we go. Raman gets a good start, but I think he has gotten it clear through turn 1. No, but Shrikant
No,
goes
Shrikant
side
got a
by
better
side
start.
around the outside. He is on mediums, though, so the grip might not be readily available. But Shrikant gets the position through Eau Rouge. I think he will lead us up the hill. I'm Rahul at a slow start relatively. Jin's gained one position on Domithor on the soft.
And
So
Raman
Jin
and
starting on
Shrikant
soft. That means
almost
there's
coming to
probably
blows.
rain coming because
There is rain.
Jin
There is rain.
always-
And Raman just obliterates Shrikant in a
Yeah.
straight line. That is ridiculous. Wow. I think Shrikant's running a really high
Oh,
downward setup as Rahul going out the inside. Rahul, that's too aggressive. That's too aggressive by Rahul.
And
But
Smith has
thankfully,
moved up to P5. Look at the
Smith
Maccas.
moved P5.
the
and
McLarens
then
are absolutely
Jin
on a
moved P4.
roll. And Sidvi has
Sit down.
retired. And that's a safety car.
Yeah, that's
Safety car. That's a
immediate
One
safety
lap
car.
in,
What happened
Sid
there?
Venkatesh is out. What has exactly happened
It's
there?
raining. It's raining. It's
So-
raining.
But what do you do? What do you do? It's not raining enough.
It's not
You have
raining
to
enough.
pit. If it's gonna go inters in 5 minutes, you have to pit now.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty problematic scenario for the drivers, as we have the entire field only on softs and mediums. So Shrikant,
So
Satvik,
technically, in
yeah.
a way, this is working out well for the McLaren boys because there's no way both of them can get it wrong.
Yes.
So I think it's just going to be one driver boxing now, one driver boxing later, or whatever it is. Even if they actually, even if it's double stack,
No,
I don't
it-
think it's going to be an issue.
So McLaren directly ahead of both the Alpines, just as it is in real life. Superior team, superior legacy. superior
But we have
everything.
optical illusion made up 3 places on the opening lap. Even
Domito
Ashwin, I
lost
think.
4.
Let's have a
Domito
look at
lost
the
4. Mosquito
position
gained
changes.
4.
So Sidvi losing 13 places. A really unfortunate start for him.
Ashwin's in the points.
Yeah,
guys.
Ashwin already in the points. So
Caesar's
Suraj, I think you may have to reconsider
sandbagging
your.
prediction.
Okay,
Raman's
Raman in the
prediction.
pits. The leader's in the
I'm
pits.
Rahul
So
in
is
the
Rahul.
pits,
He
Jin
almost
in
hits
the
the wall
pits.
there. As
What
Smith
is
carries
happening?
on. Smith carries
Yes,
on.
What
So
is
to carry on.
happening?
Shrikant's not fitting. He
There
does
was a
not
Ashwin is staying
believe.
out.
And he started on mediums as well, so he does not believe.
So guys, I think he believes that the rain will just come and go. It
Yeah.
won't last long enough for the Inters to make a
But remember,
difference.
it's such a long track, Chips, that even if one lap is on Inters, he has lost it. Because
Yes,
it's
he
going to
has
take
lost
him
it.
2.5 minutes to go around the track.
In that case, see, if
I think
mind you,
Smith's
if
gonna
the
pit in the
rain,
next lap.
if the intensity increases, then we are gonna see Raman in the lead, followed by Rahul.
Yeah,
Shrikant
followed
will
by
have
Jane.
effectively given up
Followed
his
by
P2.
Navshan.
Although we do have Ace between them, so I'm not sure what's happened to Ace for him to still be between the leading pack. And Abhi has stayed out. Yeah, Abhi has stayed out. All right. So yeah,
So,
Jin and Nishan.
if it rains, Raman first, Rahul second, Jin third, Navshan fourth, Ashwin fifth, Madhav sixth, Archit seventh.
So although Vivek, I think this is exactly like Austria last season, Division One.
No,
It's
the
not
thing
raining
is,
enough.
it's not raining enough. It is still
Exactly.
Right
dry.
now, but we have a safety car, and unlike Austria, this is a very long track.
Although, guys, I don't think, 11 drivers at this point would take the gamble to stay out, right? I think the rain is just there for a very
The
short
Chips, you say
spell.
that 14 drivers in Austria pit for didn't stayed out because they thought it was gonna intensify. So this is the one where a driver's judgment
Comes
I
in
don't
play.
think
is
it's really
perhaps the
judgment,
most
it's
tested.
the fact
Yeah.
of the matter being whether you can keep it on track. Because your mind
The
may tell you, your
problem with this,
logical mind may tell you to pit. But if you can keep it
unlike
on
in
the track,
Austria,
it's
you
fine.
can't really keep the car on track here, can you? It's just too
Given this
long.
current intensity, I don't think that the drivers need to
But
pit.
you know
But
this game, Chips.
yeah, anything can happen in Formula One, and I think it will happen
And it's a
in the
D2.
same way. Yeah, and I think the safety car should be in.
hoping and praying the safety car comes in right now so he can pit the lead.
If there's another lap of safety car, that is going to be an issue. Although I can.
Let's see. Do you think the McLaren boys should have double stacked if they're so
Okay, I think safety. It's a late call. I think it
Yeah.
will be a late call.
Yeah, I think Shrikant should start backing up a little bit, not too much, but a little bit at least. He should start
No, there's
backing
no
up.
way it's coming in this lap.
As-
It just came in the last lap. This is just the first lap, so it
Yeah,
has
think
to
so-
be out.
Yeah, I think Smith will have if the
Will
condition
Smith
stays
box?
at his.
Okay, Shrikant boxing.
has to
Shrikant is
box.
boxing. Yes, that's
So,
a bad thing.
logically, there was.
Absolute box.
disaster class strategy.
And the other Red Bull of Domitor also pitting.
It's a
What
double
was
stack.
he cooking? What was he cooking? Never
know
let
what
him
Viper
was
cook
boxing as
again.
well. Viper stopping in the pit
And
lane.
by the way, the returning champion is P1, and he has off, so he
Guys,
can.
drop in your reactions to that. On my mother's knife.
The returning
sorry.
champion is P1, and it's an Alpine 2-3. Satvik and Optical Illusion.
What do
Optical
you need to say
Illusion.
about that, V6?
Yeah.
2-3.
Never criticize Ferrari strategy calls again. He is disqualified from that conversation.
I think Shrikant's heart stays with Ferrari as he was in last year.
Why would
last
he start
season.
on mediums if he was going to do that anyway? And then why wouldn't he just pit? This is classic Ferrari strategy. Chips, you would agree with that. We tend to be non-biased here, but that is absolutely baffling. I cannot explain it.
I
Wow,
think,
I think the
What I think
Shrikant.
right now-
yeah, go ahead, go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead. Sure.
what I think right now, I think Domitor went for extra lap to pit later. And Shrikant misunderstood that Domitor is going to pit first.
But
I think
Shrikant
that
was the leader.
Yes.
He was the race. He was the lead. He was in second. This still makes that makes even
I-
lesser sense.
there's no explanation for this. V6.
I do have an explanation for that. So
Yeah.
Shrikant was in Ferrari last season, right? He left Ferrari,
Yes.
but he took Inaki Rueda with him. That's the only
I think
logical
so.
explanation that
Yeah.
for his strategy calls here, because that explains why Red Bull are 13th and 14th after having started. What is it? Well, they're
2
down
and 3,
10 and
2 and
11
4.
and 10 places.
Yeah,
That
2 and
is, yeah. You just don't do that. But I think the safety car will definitely be in this lap.
And it's still the best part. It's still not even raining enough for it to justify intermediates.
In that case,
So
guys,
just
in that case,
pick
have the dry runners made a master stroke.
It can go in their way. It can go in their way.
It can. Anything can happen.
Especially the soft runners. Especially the soft runners.
But now for Raman, it's not as big of a loss because more than half the field has picked that strategy. So he is still technically like 7th or 8th. Smith is the big winner here.
Yes.
He has.
And I'll say
Honestly,
optical illusion.
Yeah, exactly. At this point in time, only 2 soft runners in the field. Smith and optical illusion is taking too much of the grass. They don't do that optical illusion.
Slower because it's overcast.
Yeah, it's overcast and the temperatures are cooler. It's raining as well. There are some pitter-patter drops, so you could see anything can happen. Yes.
Do you think somebody's gonna dive in from the intermediate runners back onto dry?
No.
Okay,
They're going to do at least one
I
lap.
will stay with P14, P15.
Alright, so I'll be on board with optical illusion, who is on his debut.
With,
You can be on board with, alright, so you can do that.
Then
Smith
I'll go to
tented.
Jin.
Alright, I'll handle the restart. Smith tentative, Smith still not bolting, he is being
at the
very...
back, that's almost a Mugello style collision.
Yeah, I think they're deciding to go a bit early there as Smith is still tentative, he's still not bolted yet. I think he'll still be a bit tentative.
To take that line,
And Smith still weaving around, He is approaching the line though, and Smith has bolted. That is a fantastic restart for him. But Satvik is right on his tail. So is Optical Illusion, who is under the from Vintage player who goes down the inside. Harshi almost hits, and what's going on behind here? Three-way
goes past Raman for the lead.
Yeah,
I
just
lost.
It's Inters, I think.
Jin is going to overtake Ace on the Iruj.
I think Vintage
They're going side by side. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Ace
my
and
god.
Vintage are banging wheels up Orouge, and they make a contact again. And
Jin and Ace had to pull out there.
but what about this up front? The two Alpines line astern. I have been a part of that, but not in a racing scenario.
There's no brainer. Soft runners are in advantage right now.
Yeah.
No, there is rain. You can see those,
Yes.
you can see the puddle swarm on track now. It is Inters.
Although the drivers are still on track, Hershey and Vintage almost coming to blows there. They may almost made contact there, I must say rather. As Optical Illusion, can he close up the gap to Smith Shah? Can anybody else further back do anything? What about Raman? Can Raman get back on Rahul? The thing is, ahead of Rahul is Vintage and Hershey, and they are going to be
Shrikant, guys.
Nishan.
Yeah. Shrikant in this restart has made up 3 positions.
Nishan is gonna
Nishan.
do everything in his power to annoy Shrikant here. Look at that braking. He's braking so early.
I think he needs to be a little closer though to make a difference. Look at the strain here. This is going to be really troublesome behind Vintage. Vintage has lost a lot of time. Vintage has lost a lot of time, and Hershey is feisty.
Satvik, Hershey, both are. Everyone on medium runners are they are
Now that
losing
we
time.
know it's intermediates, if it stays Inters for the rest of the race, do you think somebody can pull out a no stop here?
They may be able to, as Hershey breaks really early. That's going to cause Rahul some grief. And what about Raman? Can Raman get back at them? As see, guys, the medium tires are still having decent grip. They're not having the best grip, but they're having decent grip.
The softs. Shrikant gets past an option now.
The yellow flag. We have a yellow flag. Oh, Vipers wind it. Oh, Abhi almost ends it as well. And yeah. And what about this? Okay, guys, the rain is here.
DRS is not disabled yet.
Yeah, the DRS is not disabled yet, but look at the track. It's greasy. It's getting greasier. So I think Smith and Optical, it's a no-brainer to stop at this point. But then they need to get to the end of the lap without losing as much time as they would. Luckily for them, there are 3 cars behind them. Satvik, Vintage, and Hershey are all on dry tires who will hold up the inter-runners regardless. So
now Shrikant, one of his weaknesses from last season was that he could not conserve his tires.
Yes.
And in the rain, it's all about tire conservation as well. Especially, I think Jin is gonna try and pulse it out for a no stop.
Jin, as we know, is really kind on the tires.
Yeah. It's like
and 16, Jin coming so close to Raman
on Spa. That's a hard ask.
Although, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have another safety car.
Yeah, that is.
In that case, depending on when the safety car comes out, I think even the inter-runners might decide to pit again if it is an inter-race. However, I feel like the track is going to dry out by the end of the race. By say around lap 16, 17, it should dry out.
Definitely. Also, whoever had the fastest lap keeps
an Optical and Smith trade places side by side. McLaren and Alpine, Oscar Piastri's former team and current team, and Optical into the lead of the race in that Alpine.
Oh my God.
But Smith going for a dive. This is contact for the 2 drivers, and they both carry on. So they have faith, they have trust in these tires that they will last through this interface. DRS
DRS
enabled.
enabled.
There you go. So the rain, it is just like Austria.
I
There's
think
just not enough rain to.
it was all strategy from Smith to get the DRS on
Although
the camel
Smith did not
straight.
get a good exit, so that's
Oh,
really not
look at the
helped
top.
him out
Look
there.
at the top four inter runners, guys.
Oh my god.
This is
They're
getting
all
too
line
close.
astern here.
Jin and Shrikant, this is, well, these two have, I think, had a bit of history as well, so this is not where you want to be if you're either one of these
Shrikant,
drivers.
oh, counter steer moment there at the...
Satvik, can somebody send Satvik an invite? Can somebody send Satvik an invite, please? Shooter, can you do that?
Yeah.
Alright. Perfect. So Vintage and Harshi banging wheels, that's not what they need to do, and neither of them will
There's a
survive this at
crash.
this rate. Yeah, that's Harshi.
Did Rahul hit that
No,
Williams?
Vintage and Harshi came
Did
to
he
blows.
chip his...
Harshi went for a
No, did he chip his
fighter
wing on that? I saw him hit
moment there.
the car. Hit the car.
No, he's not. He's fine. So Harshi and Vintage, I'm not sure why Harshi decided to go for the aggressive.
I'm not
move there
able to
of-
find Satvik, guys.
I think
I
Satvik may
invited him,
have.
I invited him.
Yeah.
Alright, thank
Okay.
you Vivix.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Meanwhile,
6 laps
Lakshman
in.
is just, kind of
Look at the
pushing
spray.
around
Look at the
easy.
spray and look at this Vintage overtaking Satvik.
This is-
Alright.
To paraphrase how slow these guys are driving, because of the dry runners now, Navshin is gaining time on them, which should not be happening. They're all gonna get past the hosted car or Satvik here.
And
As he
Rahul
joins
is
now.
absolutely on the rear end of that Aston Martin there as they go into campus, the end of sector 2, and further back Shrikant and Satvik. Alright, that doesn't
I think
matter.
Wilde box, the front runners, top three.
I'm not sure.
I must
Maybe.
say, Optical Illusions has a lot of
They
Oh,
should-
Vintage and Rahul,
Vintage
This is gonna be problematic if they come to blows, but I don't think they will. Vintage is smart
Raman
enough.
needs to make an overtake. Raman
Yeah.
needs to make an overtake.
Raman needs to
immediately,
make the move.
otherwise-
Yeah, Raman needs to get a move on. Otherwise, he
Oh,
will
oh,
lose
but
time
Satvik, so
because Shrikant and Jin are going for it. Vintage boxes. Vintage boxes. So does Smith.
Vintage page.
Optical illusion in the pit lane.
Shrikant hits
Shrikant.
Jin's rear tire.
Yeah, that is. I was on board with him. That was just too close, too risky. Optical illusion in the lead of the race
And
on
Shrikant
lap
gets
7.
past Jin now.
Yeah, this is. DRS is still enabled though, guys.
I must
Is
say,
it?
DRS is still
has
enabled.
a lot of balls to be able to keep that car running.
That is gonna be a bit of.
I think I think Shrikant is going to make a move on Raman for P3.
And Shrikant, look at the straight line speed of that Red Bull who
DRS.
demolishes the Mercedes, not the McLaren, and gets past. The McLaren is behind the Mercedes, so we will have a look at that as well. Archit and Domitar
Nuption all
outbreaks
of a
himself a
sudden
little
has-
bit.
Where is this pace coming from? Is it like the Nuption of D1? Look at how he's catching up.
Yeah, I think
He's
that's
in the lead back.
Yeah,
Nuption
is in
actually
the
doing
lead.
What
showcasing
is
really
Bro
good pace.
cooking?
Smith
However,
comes out on P12, just behind Malav.
optical
So that's
illusion
not
is struggling.
actually that bad. He should
Optical
easily
illusion
be
is
able to
struggling,
overtake him.
Yes.
and Harshi has stayed
And
out.
Smith probably doesn't have to pit now, so he could still get a top 5 out of this.
Yeah. I think he is in a very good position, Smith. However, what
Jin
does
is
optical
just
illusion do?
falling away from...
Oh, Malav runs little wide.
It's risk versus reward at this point, and I don't think Malav will fight this because he knows that this is not his race. Harshi's still on mediums, did not pit even after spinning, so...
I
And... Yeah, Malav
And-
is gonna fight this, but
They are
DRS is
disabled.
disabled.
yeah, now
All
they
right,
have
all
to
right.
pit.
So
I think-
Smith, very...
Yeah.
I must say, optical illusions, absolute gold. Only lost a
Yes.
second and a half on that lap. What has happened in sector 3?
And a yellow flag
Harshi
in sector
didn't
3.
know.
Harshi has had a moment and he's broken
I
his
think
front
he's
wing,
been-
I think. That could be a VSC.
Don't call
No,
a safety
no,
car,
no, no.
guys. Don't call a safety car.
Optical in the pits. So,
I've seen
honestly,
full course cautions being called for that.
I think that Smith is
So
actually in a
Shrikant
very good position.
absolutely used it to his advantage, didn't he? And now looking at where the pace delta is, I think that Jin needs to get past Raman here if he wants to challenge for the race win.
Will optical illusion be ahead of Smith? Will optical illusion be ahead of Smith? This is going to be really close. And I think
think-
actually he has beaten him. Yeah, he
that is
has.
such a good outlap.
That extra
Yeah,
lap
that's-
worked for him. Optical illusion with a great
The
strategy call there.
overcut when the track wasn't. I think that was also because Smith got held up massively by Malav as well.
That's
So a lot of factors working his favor.
Hats
And
off
now
to
I
him.
think Jin has to overtake Raman. if he wants to fight for this win.
Optical is getting a good slipstream from
Ashwin.
I
Ashwin.
think these
Yeah.
guys who pit now, Smith, Optical, they can fight with the leading guys.
Yes.
by
They
the end
can.
of this race.
See,
Definitely.
for me, Optical Illusion and Smith are in the best condition right now
Ashwin
because
is struggling. Ashwin is struggling. This could
everyone
give
is
an
on 5
opportunity
or
to
6 laps of
Optical.
old tires.
By the way,
Everyone.
kudos to the grid. I hope I don't jinx this, but 8 laps in, 1 DNF, which was off of an incident. No one has crashed.
Yeah, and that's just got us one safety car as of now. That's really good. Props to
Now
D2.
watch
Well
the
done.
5-car pileups
Yeah.
at the last lap.
Just wait for it.
If
Optical
Napsen wins
illusion.
this race,
It's possible. It's possible to fix. It is entirely possible. Ashwin is
Now,
really struggling. Optical illusion is in a very, very good advantageous position here. And
Shrikant
behind him
is
is Smith. So what can Smith do? Smith and Optical are in a very similar boat here as Ashwin is
I
really
think
having a tough time here. We can see that.
I think what they
And
need to do is
Optical
just
illusion
pass
going for the
Ashwin.
move around the outside and he's
Yeah,
made it.
Ashwin decided.
Ashwin is just
Ashwin-
letting them go, I think. Yeah, that's
He wants to fight
all right.
with Malav.
Just
Ashwin versus Malav for. Start playing that John Cena versus The Rock.
by the way, we can see a change of lead in this lap, guys. Shrikant and Rahul.
No, Shrikant is.
I think Shrikant's too far back. Shrikant's too far back, but let's have a look up front.
From
We haven't
what
given
I
these
can
people
sense
much
is that the
airtime.
setups of Jin and Shrikant are straight line setups. They are absolutely cutting the car ahead in the straight line.
And I think Raman, despite running a little higher downforce, he is still struggling. And Jin.
Yeah, and I
almost.
think Jin needs to get this move
Yeah.
done. I think he has
I
the
think he
pace to
will.
go
He
to the
will.
top two.
He should
But I
ideally
don't
get the
think
move
Raman
done.
does.
But I think he's
For
not
now,
going to be
at
enough.
least we don't
It
know
won't be
how
enough.
much tire he's using. Jin is 7 tenths up on his laps. You can just see how much he's trying to coax Raman into an error maybe sometimes. That's the best way to get past someone in the rain.
Oh, Ashwin
The art
losing a
of-
place to Malav and to Satvik
Dominik
as well.
should-
Rahul went wide. Shrikant is just on his tail.
Alright.
But middle sector, you can't really do anything in the middle sector. This is now just Rahul's gonna
Unless
dictate them.
unless you sense an opportunity, and Shrikant is really one to always sense an opportunity,
What? Do you
even
think
when
would
it
be
might not be
tactical?
there.
Do you think it would be tactical for I am Rahul to bunch these four up?
Yes, it can be. It
Yeah.
should be. If he
I
bunches them, it
think,
should be.
yeah, if he bunches them up but keeps a healthy gap between himself and P2, that should really be very good for him
I
because
think I know exactly whose setups Shrikant and Jin have taken. But Shrikant, he's only 2 tenths down going into. I think Jin made a mistake there. He's lost the
But I don't think Shrikant made a mistake there. He is going all out. He is going full beans on it. Through Blanchimon they
He
go.
has to lift
So
off
much more
there,
grip.
that's how
So much more grip.
momentum he had.
Yeah, so much more grip and momentum. This is where we saw Optical and Smith have a great
Rahul
battle.
is-
Rahul
he
runs
is
very deep.
compromises
Rahul
his
runs
exit.
very
That's going to
deep.
compromise his exit.
Shrikant's not getting
Now
good
this
exits
time
though.
through the no,
Out of
this
the slow
time through the
corners.
run, he should be much closer.
He needs a good exit though. Vifix, he's not getting a good exit out of the slow corners. That's the problem with Shrikant. He's not getting a good exit. He's getting a good exit out of medium corners, but not out of all the slow corners. As you can see there, right there.
Rahul
Instant.
knows that if he can keep the lead through Camel Straight every time, he's basically kept it.
Yeah. And I think on this occasion though,
Yeah,
Smith,
Raman
Shrikant
is
might have
just
it.
not running at the same wavelength as these guys. Unfortunately for him, he is. Jin has almost caught back up.
Nishan with a
Napsen
penalty.
Gets the first
Nishan with the
6 seconds.
first of the penalties.
Deadly
I
Mosquito
think he'll be
catching up
happy
to
with
Optical.
points.
No,
Let's
never
not
mind.
decide. I think he expected to be in this place.
Optical Illusion is on a move, guys. He's made his way past Deadly Mosquito, and I think Smith will follow suit in just a moment.
These guys are on fresher
And
tires.
Smith going for the dive there. A bit of an
Yes.
aggressive move, and I think Smith
But I think
will
he'll get
see
it
it
because he
out.
has that much of a grip
Exactly.
advantage.
And
Oh,
although
no,
he
he's
doesn't,
been hung out to dry
Deadly
slightly.
Mosquito's
He's
still
not
there.
still-
Well, that shows he was out of the game for long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but Smith
Shrikant is
showcasing that classic
literally
bravery.
Kissing the back. Il passionate.
He's kissing the heart.
Domitor
Il
is going to make a move.
passionate alla curvature in the ass.
He's kissing the heart of that heart. That's the right way to say
Oh,
it.
the Rahul, that is definitely an extension right there.
Yeah, Rahul, I think he's starting to feel the pressure a little bit. Shrikant, and I think he's actually forcing Rahul into making mistakes, as you can see right there. Rahul at the exit of, so I think Stavilo is that. I think he actually made a pretty big
This is
mistake.
Stavilo.
No, this is Blanchimon. This is Blanchimon. This curve Paul Fred, this is Blanchimon. That was
You
Stavilo.
can't overtake through the dirty air. This is too much.
All you need is bravery, I think, honestly. And
Meanwhile, I think Jin
Shrikant.
has backed out
Shrikant
of
Yes,
is
the
because
driving
turn.
very
Rahul takes a
carefully,
very
very
weird
carefully.
line. Rahul takes a very weird line through the
That
bus
is
stop
the
chicane every
Indian
lap.
online,
Oh,
Shrikant. Oh,
Ramen
Raman
pits.
Ramen
pits.
Why?
pits.
Why? Does he
Oh,
have
I
damage?
think I know why. I think I know why. He is going for this stop so that he can come out in the lead. And he is in the lead now, de facto, if he comes out
Oh,
in clear air.
Rahul went very deep, but once again Shrikant
Yeah,
could
he's
not
going for the
capitalize much on it.
new inters.
He
Shooter,
is.
can you just see if Raman has a front wing change?
No. Only
Doesn't?
No,
the
that is a
Alright.
tires. No.
tactical pit stop right there.
And Shrikant gets a
Shrikant
great
now gets a
exit,
3 second
and Rahul
penalty,
gets a
so there's no
penalty,
need for this overtake now.
but he will still make it.
Really?
He
I
will
think he
still
should be
make it.
smart. He should be smart. Both are using their battery.
And I think who will come out on top? This
Around
could
the
end in tears.
outside and
Oh, what a move. Very nice.
what a move,
And Rahul
Shrikant
onto the grass.
Das.
Yeah.
That is fair racing there. A bit hard, but
Yeah,
very
it's
fair.
hard but fair racing, exactly. I think we allow that. Definitely we allow
Now
that.
that basically puts Jin up in P2
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, Jin is in a good
Now
position as
Shrikant, he
well.
has got the road all to himself. No strategy to worry about. Now you have to push, and you can see how much he was being held back. He's already
Oh,
a second
Harshi's
line.
out.
That's a safety car. That's a
Harshi's out. Safety
That's
car.
a safety car, Raman.
And Ramen's strategy, which was a master stroke strategy, but
however, he will. I don't think he'll gain any positions, right?
no,
Because
he
he
will not
boxed
gain
on
any
the green
position.
flag, so it's really
Yes.
not going to be
Yes.
consequential for him.
Everyone should
Ace with a drive through. I was just on
He's
board
gonna
with
be
him
lucky
because
to come out.
yeah.
But the thing is, guys,
Everyone's
Smith,
gonna
will Smith and Optical Illusion box because
No,
they're on 3 and 4
they
laps
won't.
off.
I don't
They
think
should
they
not.
will.
You
But
know what I think is gonna happen? Smith is gonna go ahead.
Ace with another drive through. What's he doing? Two drive throughs for Ace. I think Optical will stay out. Smith will box because Optical still has one lap
No,
pressure
the
than
thing is
Smith.
that Smith can help his teammate win the race. So it's in McLaren's best interest that he stay out.
And let's have a look. Shrikant, what
Shrikant
will the Red Bull driver do? Red
Shrikant
Bull driver will pit.
Time Rahul almost goes wide
Jin
into the
will
pit
pit.
lane, which was a bit
Jin
funny,
will pit?
but-
Yeah, Jin will pit.
Yeah, Jin will pit. Really
What will Nishan do? Nishan could stay out. No, Nishan will box as well. Domitor also into the pit lane. Another double stack for the Red Bulls.
No, it won't be.
And
He's
Optical
too
Illusion
far.
stays out as I predicted. Archit boxes. Mosquito is also going to box. Smith is going to
Smith's
stay out.
gonna
That's
stay
a good call by Opifix. That
if
is
Smith
actually.
comes out ahead of Shrikant, this could.
But this is gonna promote Optical Illusion into the legitimate lead of the race, guys. And I think there'll be a few cars between him and Raman. Raman with the drive-through.
That is
How? Though
interesting.
he's in the
But
pit
Shrikant
lane.
was
No, he's
only
not.
P2.
Raman did not. Obviously, Raman didn't box. And
Oh,
Raman.
Rahul with Shrikant in the rear.
What's happened? What's happened? What's happened?
Oh,
my
Rahul has
God.
just hit Shrikant.
And why? Does he have damage? Does he have
Yeah,
damage?
he has no front wing, I am Rahul.
And what about Shrikant? Does Shrikant have
I don't
underbody
know
or
whether he
side pod
has
damage?
would he have rear damage or not.
How hard was the hit? Can you just let us know?
It was very Schumacher Coulthard.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my god.
So Shrikant, I think, despite being in P2, will have. Let's just be on board with him. Let's see his body language. Let's see the way he.
But he won't be able to make
Have his-
anything out right now.
I think maybe steering inputs are really. There's more to see in the steering inputs than is visible to us. But I think Shrikant. He
If it
seems to be a
is-
little.
As soon as PSI lessons road, Lama Omal, I'm in a class, but I'm enjoying this wet Singapore race. In 2 words, if I had to describe it, too bad. That the Mackers boys, because Smith is gonna let Jin by immediately. I am Rahul's not a threat anymore.
Smith. Honestly, actually, Smith is also in a very good position. If.
I think
Because
Smith
see,
could
the-
mug a podium
the
here
two
at
drivers
this
behind
rate
him.
it's going. He could mug a podium here.
Raman has a drive through, Nishan has a penalty, Domitor could be a
I
threat.
think it's gonna be Smith versus Domitor versus Archit.
Guys, the rain is really intensifying. Are we gonna see heavy rain conditions by the,
No, I
by the
think
end of
this
this
is
race?
this is just at the this is at the bravery threshold. Because the thing is, Chips, there are such few laps remaining. You gain a second and a half to 2 on in the rain. It is
We
a
do
20
have-
something second pit stop.
We do have a
If you
gambler
are
though,
ballsy
Vifix.
enough.
We do have a gambler in the form of Malav who is on the full wet tires.
I mean,
the
he might
only
as well.
driver.
I mean, I guess that's just an excuse for his lack of pace. But yeah. too
Can
bad.
can Optical Illusion win this?
He
I don't
could.
think so.
I just think Shrikant has been too consistent in the
Yes,
race.
I don't think so because he's on 4 laps of old tires. So
And
even though if he
Rahul
has
will
pace,
pick now,
yeah,
obviously.
he
Rahul
even
will
though he
have to
has,
pick.
yeah. No, I'm talking about optical illusion. If he
Yeah.
has the pace also, but by the
Oh,
latter stages, last few laps, Srikanth will have.
Optical
Oh, yeah.
Illusion
Okay,
dummies
never
him
mind.
and Shrikant overtakes him. All
Yeah,
right,
never
all
mind.
right. So I think Shrikant has to give the position back to him.
No, I think that, although in real
No.
life that would be a fair
Oh no no
overtake
no! It's
since the
just
car
lag.
didn't
It's
move.
lag. It's lag. It's lag. It's
Okay,
lag.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
it's lag.
Okay, I'm scared, a bit scared if I would be Shrikant going up Boruch then if that's the case.
Yes.
But there you go, Rahul in the pit lane, and what are we seeing here? The so the
He's on Inter still.
yeah
He's still going on Inters. I would have gambled on the wets, honestly,
yeah.
in his situation. So it is looking good for the, if you're a Papaya team supporter right now,
Yep.
It's 3 and 4
it's
for you
look,
as of right now, and that's not what it's gonna be like because I think Optical will be under threat from Jin. Shrikant
and
Raman
one
has
thing
to
possibly
is
go.
has
that
damage if
Raman
Vivek what
has
you're
to
saying
go
is right.
serve the drive through.
one thing with this is that Smith has, even if he's not been in the game, he has been the experience of being in these situations before.
Yeah. So this is, I think,
And
experience over pace at this point. Will it pay
yeah,
off for Smith?
and not to say that Smith doesn't have pace, it's just
Of course not. He's just finding his lost pace. He's been
Jin,
out of the
I
game
think,
for a
would be
few.
the happiest right now, considering what he
Yeah.
was saying before this race.
And Raman will be cursing himself for. I think Raman was actually also in the same boat as Jin because they
He
were
would have still
showcasing a
been in
relatively
the
similar
leading
pace.
pack, but I think
Yeah.
he just tried to be a bit too greedy on the pit lane. We saw those cars. You get the temptation to
I don't
speed
Get
it
think.
up.
Yeah, this is not the first time Raman has got a DT.
Yeah, there's just a little
Jin
misstep.
is committed because he is weaving his car around, and he never does that.
So Jin, I think, yeah, Jin knows that he has a real chance at
Jin
winning
has
this
not
race,
won a
and
race in 4 seasons now, something like that.
yeah, I share that stat as well.
Chips, I mean,
But yeah,
you have been on a downward trend, Mike. You almost won the title in your debut season.
yeah,
That to the D1 title. Safety car in
yes,
this lap.
that is something
Yeah.
I will take with me forever and ever. But let's be on board with the driver who could take this season's D2 title. Could take, mind you,
I am going
Shrikant
to be
Das.
on board with Jin.
Yeah, you can be on
Because
board
I
with
want to see
Jin.
how Smith is going to let
Shooter,
this
you can be
happen.
on board with maybe Domathor if you like, your former teammate. I think you're good friends with him as well, so
Chips,
Yeah.
what
that
would
is a
be an
good.
appropriate moment, in your opinion, for Smith to let him? I think at the end of Chemistry is
Yeah, chemistry at the end of chemistry, you'd let him by too early, you're going to be under threat and
Yeah.
not going to be able to defend against the others,
Yeah,
say
it's the
Nishan and
first
so.
rules of eating abroad. You never want to come too early or too late. You want to come right on time.
As we wait for Optical Illusion to take the restart in that
Is he gonna
beautiful
take the
Alpine.
meta line?
No, I've not been paid
Okay,
for
now
that,
I'm
but
gonna
yeah.
ping once he said that, so it should.
Through the bus stop goes the Alpine driver, bit of a wide turn in, wide
Yeah,
exit, and that's a good exit, and that's a great exit, and that's a great restart for him. He is 5 turns ahead of Shrikant, which soon becomes 6 turns, I think, will it? Into turn 1 they go. Smith has got a pretty poor restart there, as Optical Illusion goes a bit deep, Shrikant is
Did
still
not be
there,
good restart.
and Jin will not be able to overtake him here. Raman carries on for
I
one
think
more
Shrikant
lap.
needs to be patient there. He has.
Let's have a
He
look at
has the
his.
car
pace, he
also.
has the tires.
He really had to live there at Oruge, so maybe that was dirty air, or maybe that
No,
was
I
his.
think that was
That's a-
cold
that's a wet
tires mixed
condition.
with the weather.
Yeah, that's his damage, and I think it's just cold tires as well. Your tires are not really warmed up behind the safety car. Optical Illusion in a good position,
the tires are
and
sitting.
Smith and Jin have not traded places yet.
Because
So
he
I
was too
think
far away. He was
yeah,
too far
Jin
away.
needs to close up the gap, which I think he will in by the end of this lap at least. I think this lap, I think Smith has warmed up his tires
driving at
better.
pace, basically.
Smith
so
has warmed
there's
up
no
his tires
problem.
better, but he's got a pretty
Yep.
poor restart, so he's losing time to Shrikant and Optical Illusion. So let's have a look further back.
But
Vintage.
oh, Smith makes a
Oh,
mistake.
Smith makes a mistake into the wall.
Yeah.
And
That
Domathor
is
gets
tires.
past him. Oh!
Oh,
power
thank
slide
off
into
for
Bless
a
griefing.
ghosted.
ghosting.
Luckily, he was ghosted.
Off for griefing.
Bless ghosting for that. That would have been a
Yeah.
colossal incident. However, yeah, you don't see
Now, the
ghosting in real
longer
life.
Optical can hold Shrikant, it is gonna allow. And if I was Raman, I'd take the drive through as fast as possible, especially with
Oh,
all these
Smith and
incidents happening.
Satvik.
You don't
Satvik
Yeah.
know if Smith
forcing
has no
Smith
front
off
wing.
there. Lafania, and he has a front
Smith
wing. He
is
has a front
really,
wing.
really struggling. I think because of the 7 laps old enters.
Yeah, I think Smith has a front wing, right?
Yeah, he has a front wing.
He
Just
has a
about.
fully intact front wing, but he
I
just
don't know
lost momentum.
how.
Yellow, 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 yellow!
Happened.
Oh my
Rahul
word!
is
DNF.
out.
That was
Rahul
a
is
safety
out.
car.
Rahul is
Safety car,
out.
safety car.
Viper gets a penalty for a collision with Abhi, and an Aston Martin
And now
of
Optical can pit.
Abhi was
Optical
in.
should pit. Smith is definitely
Optical
gonna pit.
should pit, so should Smith, but Optical missed the pit lane. Optical missed the pit lane. Optical missed the pit lane.
Almost hit
No.
Shrikant.
That was too close, but that I
Shrikant
think was
almost
just
getting the
Ashwin with a
win.
drive through.
Lakhwane.
That was very fast.
Oh man, that
I
is.
think oh yeah, Ramin was not able to serve the drive-through. I
Yeah,
feel
that
bad
is.
for
This
him.
is gonna
I feel
sting
bad for him,
because it's a
seriously.
20 seconds that
Yes.
he's gonna have to serve.
Ashwin with also another drive through. Ashwin
I
and
think what's happening is that the thing isn't showing up for them.
yeah, that is possible. I had that happen in F1 21 quite a few times, but
Yeah, so
it's
shortly, 2 years old. Now we're into the nothing's happening on track, so might as well get into this. A game should fix these glitches.
It should be. It should be Shrikant, Jin, and Omithor.
Chips, what's
As
your
things
opinion on
stands.
this?
I don't know. We need a
Games
new
fixing the
developer.
glitches.
We need a new developer, or we just need them to get a
They
wake up
only
call.
have $1 billion. I mean, it's very unfair
Ace
to
with a
criticize. Why
penalty.
does Ace keep getting a penalty for colliding with
Ace
Viper
has
Speed?
at this point in time, Ace has two drive-throughs that he picked up at the previous safety car.
How is
Under the
it
previous
not
safety
in
car,
the negative context, but how is he not been disqualified yet?
he has no front wing. He has got a penalty for a collision with Viper Speed and another collision for
Seriously?
another penalty. So, just a second, guys. At this point in time, let's have a look at Ace. He is down in the dumps, but by how much? He has got. Yeah, it doesn't really show up here, but he has 10
I can
seconds of
see. I can
penalties
see.
and 20 seconds. So he has
Hmm.
50 seconds of penalties at this point in time.
I've seen people get disqualified for 30.
So it's
but
not
it is
really.
two are D2s, right?
Yeah, two are D2s technically. So yeah, we
DT,
count.
DT. Sorry, Chip. DTs.
Yeah, D2. Two are DTs.
This
Yes, that is. They have Ace has two D2s and two DTs as well, and he will have to pit. And so when you pit with a 10-second penalty, will you serve the 10 second or will you serve it in increments of 5 seconds?
No, 10
increments of
seconds.
5, increments of 5.
Yeah,
Are you
because it's
sure?
just difficult to keep
Yeah,
standing
no,
for 5
because he
more
didn't
seconds,
get
right?
a 10-second penalty. He got a 5-second penalty 3 times.
Yeah,
So
If you-
then,
but-
then
every
it
time
has
he
to.
pits, he has to serve 5 seconds.
However, if you get a 10-second penalty, do you serve it in the pits?
No,
Can
then you
you
serve the whole 10 seconds, but he got a 5-second. So it's about the type of penalty you get. He didn't get a 10-second time penalty. He got an increment of a 5-second time penalty 3 times or 4 times. How
That's
many
true.
times?
That's true.
So
So
he
I
has
don't
to-
think it's gonna be good for him. Optical Illusion cannot box, and I think this is just a game of whether Optical can get it to the line in one piece.
If Optical
And
pulls this off, this is a Feldmeister. We will officially give him the Feldmeister badge.
7 laps to go.
yes, I think we can all, yeah, we can all actually really give a standing ovation to Optical Illusion if he manages to pull this off at this point in time.
That too in that car, getting that engine noise.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I think that's actually the mark of a really good driver if they can keep it on track in these conditions with so many fast drivers, established drivers right behind
and in
them.
that car.
Yeah, and and in that car, yeah. So Ace in the pit lane, he served
Index, literally on
5
the
of his
break.
10 seconds, but yeah. So Jin needs to get a move on. Jin did not get the best reaction at the previous restart. If you
Yeah,
all
I
would
don't
have
know
noticed
why
that.
he didn't take the meta line to restart.
And I think Jin has a Haas helmet. Who does he have? I think he has Magnussen's helmet. Not entirely sure, but that's a nice helmet that he has on his driver avatar. But yeah, 16 laps in, 3 retirements. Our third safety car of the race. It's been quite an eventful start to the season, hasn't it?
Yes.
Only 3 retirements, 16
Will
laps.
we see something similar in D1 tomorrow?
And this is second safety car.
Probably
No,
not.
third safety car.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's Redstone is going to lead by 3 laps by the end of
Yeah.
the first lap. I
Come
think
on.
it's
There
going
is
to be.
one driver who's coming back after serving time, so let's see if he's mended his ways.
Uh, trying to remember who that is.
Ready, Abbas?
Oh, yes,
I am ready.
that is going to be quite an interesting thing to look out for. As
Was that your attempt at a British accent?
yes, that was
Yes.
that was an attempt, but I'm not very good at it. I'm better at the Italian accent. Huh?
Ready.
I'm also a little bit getting better at the French accent, so I can try
That
that.
is not. That I think
But
that
yeah.
is the time the Saftika is in this lap.
The Certica is in this lap, and Optical Illusion in the Alpine is staying ahead.
It sounds like he's
Yeah.
about to win 3rd place in a Leclerc impersonation contest.
Third place. Well, wow.
Yeah, because as we all
That
know,
was
Leclerc
generous,
cannot win.
Chips.
He's just if it was a pole position contest, then of course, because Charles Leclerc is a quali merchant, as F1 Twitter will tell you.
But it's all in the hands of Optical Illusion here. How will he
So
take the
safety car
restart?
laps are here, guys. By the way, it's nearly 3 minutes.
And the safety car is just about to enter the pit lane. Optical Illusion is taking a tentative. That is.
What I
taking-
feel that Shrikant having a contact with Rahul, he might have some damage and still keeping it for P2. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Especially
if we
when
can
he
stay
says
there,
it's
if we can stay
Yeah.
there, that's a very good thing for him.
Oh,
But
Nishan and Domit are coming very close.
But what about Optical Illusion taking the wide line again to throw off Shrikant as to when he will bolt? And I think he'll bolt at the exit of this corner, as he has
And he
done,
has
and that's a
bolted. That
pretty
is
poor
brilliant.
exit
That's
for him.
brilliant.
Raman in the pit
No,
lane,
that
but
was
he should
brilliant.
wait
That
for the
is-
green flag to
Shrikant
come
had a
out.
moment. You can
Yeah,
sense
Shrikant
it.
also had a moment, but what about Jin? Can Jin do something? He breaks a little late, Jin. And Optical Illusion goes
wide
really
at
deep.
La
Yeah,
Sauce.
really,
Deadly
really
Mosquito
deep.
P5. Deadly Mosquito in P5.
What's
Yeah,
happened
Deadly,
there?
Deadly Mosquito's in a very good place, but what about Optical Illusion? He does not look like he's in a very good place.
Oh,
Shrikant
Shrikant
goes
is
off the
doing
track.
fine.
Shrikant going wide. I think he has
And
damage,
it's gonna
guys.
allow Jin the chance. He's lost all momentum. Shrikant somehow has to defend this, but I don't think he can. Jin goes into the lead. I mean, the 2nd place, but if now he is the one behind Optical Illusions. Shrikant, he did not have to rush into a move there. He has the pace advantage.
Shrikant just showing real hastiness there. I don't know why he decided to go for that move that early. He's really thrown it all away because now
Yeah,
Jin
his
is
biggest advantage was
being ahead on track. The track position was
and
his
the fact there are
advantage.
such few laps left. He would not have to worry about tire wear, which has been a struggle with in the past.
Yes.
And you know Jin is not
Raman
gonna
with the
rush.
penalty.
Ram in 3 seconds.
But he
Jin
did
is
serve
going to
his
do
drive-through.
everything in his power to give Shrikant behind him now. Whether he has to back up the pack, anything.
Yeah, I think this is Optical Illusion is really under quite a bit of pressure here, especially with such an experienced driver right behind him. What can Jin do? You can beat me with a penalty
How
there.
has he gotten a 3 seconds? If he was driving
Many
faster,
drivers have got a 3 second fix. It's actually like getting really, really close to call anybody's game here with all the
Optical
penalties.
gets a bad
And honestly, we don't
But
know how
it's a
many
really good
penalties
exit.
are.
Jin gets a bad one, but the slipstream in this game is so OP that
Shrikant
Doesn't
is
really
losing pace, guys.
How
Shrikant
many
is losing
warnings
pace.
are Shrikant and Jin
Shrikant
and Optical
definitely might
Illusion
have
on?
damaged them from that incident.
How many warnings are they on? Because that could really be problematic
Shooter, I
for
think
them.
You should check that. Oh,
And
Jin!
that's a horrible exit for
inside,
Optical Illusion.
outside.
Side by
Can he
side,
get him at La Sauce?
Alpine and McLaren, but Jin didn't get the best exit there out of first stop. But into La Sauce we go. Optical
I think Jin
Illusion
should have
gone
gone
very
for the move there. I
early.
think Jin should have gone for the move there. There was
Yeah.
definitely something on there.
Top 3 with 1 warning.
No, I think guys, I think Jin will go for the move at Lecom chicane at the
Yeah,
end of
I
camera.
think he knows that Jin, if he gets this move done, it is basically as close to science he'll delivered as it could be.
Yeah,
Does
that's
not
how you
avoid
take,
it. Shrikant is really struggling.
He's struggling.
about
He's
it.
struggling.
Jin using all the battery that he has.
Optical
He
Illusion
wants to make the
moving.
move. Will he go for the move around the outside? Can he go for it? They make
Optical
contact.
slight
And
contact, but
Shrikant-
I think there
Okay.
is more contact. Optical
Oh
was
my God.
really moving the car there, I must say,
Yeah.
on that
He
straight.
is defending like a lion.
Yeah, he.
Oh, but he goes slightly wide.
Oh,
Jin!
that was what
a move! What a move!
That's
What
a
a
move.
move! Yeah, this,
He saw an opportunity and he went for it. That's a great move by
and
Jin
that is
there.
what's gonna make this even better. Is now Shrikant has to sit behind for 3 more
And look who's
corners.
behind Shrikant Vifix. You said that there was somebody who would trouble
Oh no,
Shrikant.
shit!
And look at the grip Nishan has in that Williams. Into the Fania chicane they go. Shrikant just does not have the grip. Nishan has so much grip. He's like a man
Shrikant has, I
reformed.
think Shrikant has damage.
Yeah, I think Shrikant is damaged.
Nishan is driving like a man reformed here, but he does have a 3-second penalty to
But
contend
he's
with.
still in the
Which
points, comfortably
he
in the
is-
points. And if he can clear optical illusions,
it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Vifix.
I
The
think he
gap
could
behind
knock
him
a
is
top 5
really
here.
coming down. The gap behind
You
him
know,
is
Smith
really
versus
coming down.
Vintage. Smith versus Vintage.
We'll have a look at that in just a
Oh.
moment as Shrikant an optical illusion. No, he backs out
Side
of
by
it.
side. Oh.
Yellow. Oh, Vintage
Magic.
out of the
You
track.
beauty, you magic.
Vintage off the track, but that's a good
Knackers,
move by
boys.
Smith.
Oh,
Oh no!
There's a time coming, there's a time coming.
No, I don't think that
Mosquito
was.
almost spins into an option.
Oh, he
my
went
god.
wild. And if
And
he
now
continue
Jin,
to
I
turn
think
one
Jin's
itself.
gone into conservation.
Oh,
mode. He has-
Vintage. Oh, Mosquito has been taken out. Sorry, Domino has been taken out by Satvik. And they blocked the pit exit. They blocked the pit exit. That's a safety car.
Yeah,
No,
will be
it's
a-
only in for 1 lap. It's only 1 lap.
That's one lap, but it's still a safety car. The field is
That
fully
actually
bunched up.
helps Jin even more because Shrikant was just coming up to the camel straight.
Ace with another drive through. He
What is
is.
happening?
Oh man, he's racking up more drive throughs than he's racking up points. What's he doing, Ace?
You know who this has helped the most?
Optical.
Smith.
And Smith, yeah.
Yeah, disqualified.
Now finally.
But
I mean,
how
not
do you
finally,
not-
as in like I'm glad.
Guys,
Finally,
how
as
do you
in-
not adhere to 4 drive throughs?
After you got this.
No, I think the message came before that, but how do you not adhere to 4 drive through penalties?
You should.
4, I can understand 1, I can even understand 2. 3 is the limit and 4 is just beyond. Yeah, that's so some aspects of the Ferrari strategy team have stayed there. So you have to be
Maybe
fast
it might
to
stay out
catch
for
up to
2
the
laps,
pack.
but
Yeah.
I really
Anybody
struggle to
else with
see
a drive
how
through?
Optical's gonna
Ace
get past
has
Jin.
retired. No, never mind. Ace is gone.
Considering Jin gapped him by 1.5 seconds in a quarter of a lap, and that was while Jin would have used up his battery as well. Now that he has battery again,
It looks good for.
I think Optical, the thing that would be good is if you could get Jin's slipstream
Yes.
to maintain his P2.
Yes.
So
Yes.
should Jin look at keeping optical?
No, not
within
really,
a
I
decent
thought.
distance
Not
of him?
really, not really.
Giving him
The
slipstream
way-
and all
Yeah,
because
the way Shrikant is losing time, I think he has damage. And Jin is comfortably in P1, more or less, because if there's another no safety, no incident between optical if he doesn't break or something. But yeah,
Optical
but
illusion-
What
Jin,
was that incident between Domitor and Satvik?
I missed it. What happened there?
I don't know, they were...
the Domitor and Satvik. So Satvik went for a
Shrikant pits!
what? I was just gonna explain that crash, and this is a bigger crash than that. Why? Why do you box? So he has
Well,
front wing change, understandable. However, he was showcasing decent pace. He was able to stay ahead of Nishan. And at this point in time, he will come out maybe even behind Abhi. Will he? Or no, I think Abhi will also box. No, Abhi stays out. But then
So
Shrikant's
cars
in
ahead of him
P10.
didn't box. If it was... there are 2 laps of racing.
Two
He
laps
has
of
to
racing.
overtake 9 people.
I think
that's a really-
Ferrari has stayed with him.
Yeah, as I said, Inaki Rueda.
And one of those people,
Box,
and let's not
Shrikant,
take all of
box.
those people are on worn tires like Jin, Optical. Some of them just fit a lap or two ago.
Look,
Like
Smith, Vintage, Malav as well. They're all in a very good position.
Let's not call Malav. Let's not call Malav.
We can actually. He's on 6-lap old tires. The
Yeah,
leader is
but
on
that-
8-lap old tires. So
Yeah,
Pace
but
is
he is
also
having
bad.
3 seconds also.
No, I meant pace.
yeah, he does have a 3-second penalty.
I was
However,
being very
guys, something we have not noticed in all this is that Viper Speed 72 is in P9 in the points.
I think he has penalties.
He does have penalties, but he's in the points.
Nupshan is
God.
running in a podium position, guys. D1 Nupshan is back. If only he hadn't made.
And using the 2 debutants in the top 5, Optical and Arshit really punching well above their weight here. P5 and P2, that is remarkable, and it's not over yet.
In a way, that has just helped Jin more, hasn't it? It's just released all of the pressure from him. Shrikant
Yeah,
Bombay.
Jin. See, honestly,
This
what
dude-
Jin needs to do, and Jin is a smart driver. He will do exactly this. He will stay out of trouble. He will not
As
associate
long as he
himself with
bolts
the
well,
issues.
after
Yeah.
that, everything is out of his control. All he can do is just drive every corner to his
So
maximum. Just do.
he needs to warm up his tires, and he needs to get a good exit out of the bus stop. That's
Safety
all he
driving
needs
is
to
now.
do. And Raman is a long way back. Will he catch up? Guys, there is no rain. Guys, there's no rain. Look,
Yes,
the rain has gone.
stopped.
But it's too late. It's
It's
too
too
late.
late.
Now.
Obviously, it's
You
too late.
cannot.
But now comes the question: who has the better dry setup? Because as you saw, the track
I
gets
think
greasy
Zayn
and
Shrikant
wet
had very
really
good dry
quick.
setups.
It can
They
also
were
dry out really
blowing
quick.
it in the straight.
I feel bad for Red Bull guys, both of them.
They're
I feel
spraying.
bad for Domitor. He got hit into the pit.
Yeah,
lane,
so
right?
Satvik went for a ridiculous dive into one. I think he just missed his breaking point, maybe
Yeah,
possibly.
I don't feel bad
And
for that.
and yeah, that is
It's all self-inflicted.
Yeah, it's all
And Jin is,
self-inflicted, yes.
of course, Jin is gonna do this. He's gonna drag it out because he knows the faster it goes, the faster Shrikant can gain position.
But the question is now, can Nishan gap
can
Deadly
Nishan
Mosquito
do
3
anything?
seconds?
I
Yeah, 3
think
seconds.
3 seconds will be a quite a tall
Can
order for
Nishan
him to
get
do.
points?
He can. I think he can, but he needs to pick up the pace and he needs to make moves.
Also,
However,
I'm watching
when will
Optical
Jin make
for
a move?
Jin.
When will
I
Jin
think I
go
know
for
when
it?
Jin's gonna make
Exit
a
of
move.
bus
He's
stop,
gonna be-
and he's gonna.
I'm staying with Smith. Oh my god.
He's gone. He's gone. He's
Jin
gone.
went.
That's exactly where I thought Jin would
But
go.
look at
But
that launch.
optical.
The straight line speed is.
Optical gets a decent restart there. Nishan and Deadly Mosquito and
Optical
Arch
runs
is going for
wide.
the
He's been
dive
very
on
wide.
Mosquito.
Turn one
That's how
every
you
single
make
time.
turn one.
Archit v Mosquito.
Nishan-
Shrikant, what
Oh.
can he do?
Optical got-
goes through on
my
Viper
God.
speed. And Jin is already a second ahead.
Jin,
So yeah.
Jin has cleared.
Nishan with another penalty that chucks him out of the points. I think Smith with immense grip getting ahead of Archit side by side at least
Are
for
we
now.
sure that McLaren double podium?
Smith has, guys, we're not counting Smith here. Smith has some magnificent pace. He outbreaks
And
the
Mosquito
fast driver and he's
Nuption are
fast.
fighting up ahead.
Oh,
which is
there
good.
was a
Archit makes
contact. There was
contact.
a contact.
Yeah, Archit makes contact. I think he tried
And
to stick
Nuption's
it out
gonna
there.
get through. He's not
Without
gonna
reaching
fight.
there.
He's
Yeah,
not gonna fight.
Mosquito gets ahead. Mosquito is in the podium places. We never see Mosquito
I
in this
think it might be
position.
Mosquito versus Smith at the end here.
Yeah, and
Nuption
Nishan
gets
just
through
lets him by.
and
Nishan lets him by. That's a smart move. I think they're all in the same party. Sensibly, Nishan does not cause any grief for Smith, but this is going to be a
Where
straight
is
battle
Shrikant?
between.
Shrikant versus Malav. We have defected this. Especially through the slowest part of the track. Remember, Shrikant was in P3 when he boxed.
And
What to say, man? Seriously.
what can he do? What can he do? It's not all over for him here. As we saw,
Look
Smith
at the
has
grip advantage he has, but this is the problem. He just...
Smith has fresher tires. He was able to make the moves, and see, not everybody is going to be as compliant as Malav there. For instance, I don't think Vintage is going to be as compliant to Shrikant. I think these two have a bit of history as well. As there you
Smith
go.
on back of Deadly. Smith on back of Deadly Mosquito.
We'll get to that in just a moment as Shrikant and Vintage players side by side, almost side by side, going towards Blanchimont. Shrikant will, I think, go for a dive or at least try to make a move around the outside
I
at bus
might
stop.
have to leave the party.
Shrikant is going for the move. Will he? No, he decides against it. That's
No, but
not
he's
very
forced
back.
his Vintage into an error. That's...
No, but he then goes for the
Oh,
four line through there.
Vintage
He's really shot
closing the
himself in the
door
foot.
on him.
That's not what you do there. But this is the last lap of what has been an enthralling Belgian Grand Prix.
There's a
Jin is
fight
in the
for third
lead,
place.
and the battle for P3 comes to Smith, Mosquito, and possibly even Optical Illusion, depending on how much grip he has. Depending on how much grip he has.
What a guy, I must say. What a drive, my guy.
What a drive, yeah.
Optical Illusion
Can
really
Smith
punching
do
above
it?
his
I
weight.
see Mosquito's light blinking. Actually, I
No,
don't
but
know
Smith
whether
has
that's
lesser
a-
battery than Mosquito. So I just saw from their onboards there, and this
But
is the
can
last
Smith
lap.
force
2
him into an
sectors to
error?
go. With just 2 sectors to go, Vintage and Shrikant trade places. Shrikant is now ahead of the Aston Martin driver, so Shrikant needs to make the moves. Ahead of him is Archit and Nishan. Shrikant picks up a penalty. There you go.
What the hell?
But this is we are halfway through the last lap. Optical has closed up. He's actually closing up to Jin, guys. Look at that.
I think Jin has...
And Optical runs a bit
Oh,
wide.
I was-
Almost has a moment. Viper gets a penalty for that.
Okay. Oh, wait, look at the run Smith has on Mosquito.
Yes, yes.
through
It's,
the-
it's going to be very close. It's going to be... I
This
think a
is-
time
It's dry.
coming
It is
on
bone
bus
dry
stop.
now. It is bone dry.
It'll matter. The
Had that
exit,
safety car not come out, there would have been a drive.
the exit out of Campus and
period in this.
Stablo will be crucial for Mosquito and for Smith. And this is a tricky
Mosquito
corner.
has
Smith is
Mosquito's
going
not
for
got it
it.
right.
His car
Smith is
was
going for it.
a
Smith
bit
is going
off.
for. I don't
Smith
think.
will go for it. I think Smith
Oh.
will go for it. He has to. He has to.
This is the only place we can do.
Hold.
And Smith goes a bit
Slightly
wide
off
there.
track, but
Smith gets a
Oh,
penalty.
no.
He picks up a penalty. Will somebody else get on the podium now? But Jin
Jin
QB Kitsune starts of the season in style with the first win of season 11 Division 2. Optical Illusion, what a drive. Deadly
What a
Mosquito.
drive.
Congratulations. Smith stays
Shrikant
P4.
P5.
Archit is P5 on his debut. Vintage player is P6. Shrikant is P7 after his many penalties. Satvik is P8, Domathor is P9, and Nishan tumbles down to P10. Raman, our pole sitter and long-time leader, finishes 11th, 10 places down from where he started.
He
And it's
doesn't
in a-
finish in points
Yeah.
after showing that pace.
But I must say that has been a remarkable performance, especially from Mosquito
Shrikant,
and
yes.
from Optical Illusion. And
I mean, it
Mosquito
was a remarkable
getting a
performance from
well-deserved driver
Shrikant
of
as
the
well,
day.
in many ways.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
Jin though,
What a
What
way
a
to
drive.
start the season, Jin. Just incredible. I think that the McLaren could be
he
the dominant
almost
force
wasn't
this
going to
season.
race today. He had to be convinced into racing.
Jin, absolutely dominant fashion. Not really dominant necessarily, but in convincing
Once he got
fashion,
into
rather.
the
Convincing.
lead, you
Yeah.
never felt that.
But
Which was quite late on. He was patient. He was very patient with his movements.
And yes, what a race, PSI. I do agree. And Jin,
Yeah.
with the race win from P5 on the grid, wins the race. Optical Illusion started
From P-
in
P10.
P10, in on the
One
podium
stopper.
on his debut.
With three
One
safety
stopper.
cars, one stopper with three safety cars in that race.
He kept it on track. He kept it
Mosquito,
very, very strong. yeah.
but however, Mosquito, we have seen at least since the time I've started doing commentary for IRL, which is in season 7, I've only seen bad luck for Mosquito. He is P3. That's a great effort by him there. Smith got a
Smith
penalty right at the
fourth.
end there,
The-
but it wouldn't have mattered. He still
The
finishes
Papaya
P4.
boys are gonna be rejoicing tonight.
And Archit, Vintage, Shrikant, Satvik, Domathor, and Nishan round of the top 10. And this is our non-finishers and non-point scorers. Let me have a quick run through the incidents tab. Oh my word, so many incidents.
There is gonna be a big debrief
So
on
many
Shrikant
drive-thrus.
Das's
But yeah,
strategy.
and we have Jishnu in the chat. So
Yeah, of course.
Jishnu, do let us know how many penalties you're gonna give him already. So we would like to know. We would like to be on the. We'd like to get some early updates
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, we're already anointing him with the never criticize Ferrari again.
But there you go. That is the end of the Belgian Grand Prix, and let's invite the top 3 to the party.
I'll invite them.
So, alright, so we need to invite Jin, Optical. I'll add Optical Illusion. I haven't added, so it's Jin, Optical Illusion, and Deadly Mosquito. Yep, I've added all 3 of them to the party. So, guys, what's your rundown from the race? What's your takeaway?
Shrikant is
as
still
the
no
guy on
Shrikant.
as the guy on my Instagram story from 56 minutes ago says, we back to racing with this youtube.com link. Yeah.
Welcome, Jin. We're just waiting on the other 2 to join, but massive congratulations to you. And I think this is your first win in quite a few seasons, so kudos
Yes.
to you.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Well done.
We'll wait for the others. I'll give my interview at the last.
All
Winner's
right.
privilege.
All right. So I think we should just tag Mosquito and Optical Illusion to join the party. Will they be able to? Does Optical Illusion know about the podium interview?
Maybe someone
Situation?
should tag him on Discord or something. Oh,
I
by the
will
way, how
tag
did
him.
commentators? How did Ace end up getting disqualified? Because I was a bit perplexed.
He got
by,
4 drive-throughs. Four.
No, 5. Yeah, 5.
5?
No, because he got 1 after he got disqualified.
No, that was the reason he got disqualified. That was his fourth. So that's what happened there. So let's just ask Mosquito to join in. Alright, I'm not sure that they'll be able to join. Uh, I don't think Optical Illusion is aware of the situation, and I, I think we can start with Jin while we wait for the
Yeah,
others.
sure. If that's the case, then
Yeah,
let's
I don't
talk
think anybody
about
else is
Shall
joining
we?
at the moment, so
Yeah.
if they join in, we will talk to them in a bit. But Jin,
Yes.
I don't think there's any better way to start off the season than with a win. And
Well, a win and a fastest lap is the only thing that's better, but yeah.
yeah, but that is, you'll get that soon enough. Don't worry, you have the pace. But that was an incredible performance by you, and that was some really good teamwork. I think that you were trying to do with Smith as well today.
Yes.
How was your race? How was it to race all these new people? And obviously, we have to ask. Please just give us a rundown, step by step, of that move on Optical Illusion at Brussels.
Well, first of all, amongst the new guys at the race, I think Optical is the one that comes to mind at first. Very good racer, very smart racer, even with older tires, knows how to position his car. So it was a little tricky to overtake him. My race engineer Jishnu, D2 Stewart by the way, so yeah, whatever that means. Anyways, Jishnu had told me that if I pull a move on him in Sector 2, it would be much better because Sector 1 and Sector 3, everybody kind of expects it. So when I was going on Camel Straight side by side with Optical Illusion, it was just a test to see if I could get him at the end of Camel Straight because I didn't have that move pre-planned. It was just that I think he got a bad entry and then I saw half a space to squeeze my car into it. So I was like, this is now or never. So it was very pedal to the metal kind of stuff, that one. I really did not think that a move would happen there, but I'm glad that they did. And what helped me was better tires by the end of it. And as far as the teamwork goes, Smith was a really good teammate. There was just one little mishap that happened where he, I think, spun where he spun in Sector 2, I think it was? Yeah, Sector 2. Where he spun in Sector 2 and that very near, I had to take evasive action as a result of it. But I'm glad that he was able to finish P4 in spite of all that. So very good start for McLaren, P1 and P4, and we'll see how the rest of the season develops from this point onwards.
Absolutely. Shooter, fix anything you want to ask Jin?
I just want to ask him what was going through his mind when he was seeing the Red Bull strategy ahead of him.
So for in the first lap, when there was a safety car, I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Malav who might have been the cause of the safety car. Oh, it was Sid. All right. So the first lap, we McLaren boys, we decided to split strategies. I was ready to take the gamble and bite the bullet, and Smith wanted to stay out. So we took the gamble on that one. And for some reason, the Red Bulls, both of them double stacked. Then towards the end, I have no clue as to what happened, but the Red Bulls double stacked again, if I'm correct. So yeah, that part actually made very little sense to me because I was not able to comprehend it. But I was just like, okay, anyways, I'm in the lead of the race. So let's just focus on getting the race done and let's just inquire about that at a later point.
Did it feel like a Red Bull type strategy, or did it evoke memories of another team for you?
Well, I mean, it invoked a memory of a certain team that Srikanth was in last season. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I guess good solid performance out of us McLaren boys. Good performance by Red Bull to give us the P1 and P4 on a platter. And yeah, good drive by Optical Illusion. There was one added reason why I had to absolutely go for that move is because I cannot let an Alpine win the season opener.
That's your first win since?
My first win since, I think my last ever win was season 5 actually. Yeah, season 5 Austria would have been my last win. A lot of times I've come close, I've been on the podium, but I haven't actually won a race, and now it just feels very, I don't know, it just feels very normal to have won a race finally. So yeah, I don't know how the championship is gonna go, but at least I can say that I was leading it for the first week. So yeah, there we go.
Pending stewards inquiry.
Pending stewards inquiry, of course. The asterisk always has to be there.
Yeah, I think you can be very, very happy with that, Jin. That is an amazing way to start the season. And I think if you and Smith really keep up this teamwork and keep up the good work, I think
Yeah,
you'll have a real
unfortunately,
shot.
I
at
will
it.
be missing 2-3 races this season, so I just have to do my best in all the ones that I'm there for.
A
I think you will
certain
be there, James.
Yeah, a
You will be
certain
there.
Mercedes driver did that last season in D1, so you never know. You can still be right there.
Yeah, but he had the quali pace that I don't. I mean, my quali was disappointing again, so yeah. Just got a good launch, that was priority numero uno, and after that, I didn't want to exactly battle with the Haas driver, I shall not name him, because I was worried what might end up happening if I tried battling him too hard, so. That the first phase of the race was all about patience, and the last phase was all about going on the attack as fast as possible. So I had to pace myself in between the race, like many races within the race itself. So yeah, that.
Well, I think that's a great way to start off the season, Jin. Congratulations to you on your first win in 6 seasons, is it? I think
Yes,
that's about
6
right, yeah.
seasons.
So that's something that you can be very, very proud of. So I don't think we're getting a response from Optical Illusion. I don't think he's aware of the situation, and
Deadly
Mosquito
Mosquito
cannot
is
join us.
babysitting,
Yeah,
so
he
yeah.
can't join us, unfortunately. I've asked him and he can't join us because of prior commitments. So I think that's the end of that podium interview. Regardless, congratulations to Optical Illusion and to Deadly Mosquito. That's been a
Yeah,
great
I
drive by
really
them.
hope that Optical keeps this performance up because he's a very smart driver. I just hope he keeps it up for the rest of the season.
And sorry, and also was Smith. Smith was also right there. He could have stolen the podium from Mosquito right at the end, but unfortunate penalty for him there. And congratulations to all the drivers who finished. And I think that's that for now.
GG, James. GG.
Yeah, I think we can call it here. So, thank you so much, Shooter and Vifix, for joining me for comms today. It was a real pleasure to have it in the comms box. And yeah, thank you. Congrats to all the drivers once again. And do stay tuned for tomorrow. We have the Division 1 race around the very same racetrack where you'll see the three of us driving.
Top Gear.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Budget, who's the best on a budget, but that will be decided tomorrow. Until then, that's all for today. Thank you, take care, good night, and bye bye.